All aboard! Well, hello and welcome to the second part of me an American N-Gage layout build. And today we'll be concentrating on my main building, which is going to be a roundhouse and turntable. Anyway, I bought an Atlas N-Gage roundhouse and it had been built, but there were missing parts. I got it off eBay for just under £9. So it's under a tenner. For my part, I already had a K-Tor one, which you'll see later. But it was in an okay sorry state, if you get what I mean. It weren't the best builder that did it. They weren't bad, but they weren't the best. They had a penchant for spreading glue everywhere, which Lee said soon it's mended. I did the same earlier. I spilt a load of super glue on the roof of it. Oh, what a dumbass. But there we go, it's another shot of it. There were missing doors, a missing roof, as you can see there. It is pretty well... It's mostly complete, but it needs a bit of TLC is what I'm saying. As you can see, there you go. Even I'll point this bit out to you later. But it's a build screw up. You won't notice it unless I tell you. It took me 3 days to notice. But here we go, here's the first bit. I've tidied up a lot of the glue spills off it. Cut plastic level where it hadn't been level. And generally cleaned it up. And you're looking now at the main mistake. Who didn't read the instructions? You can see it now if you look at it. The rear windows of the roundhouse are upside down, because they built the walls upside down, as you can see by the side windows. The lintel is at the bottom of the window instead at the top at the rear end of it. So, points away for that build. Me old son. But you can see where I've been scraping glue off. I've also tested the effect for getting mortar put between the bricks. I'll scrub that off later. But here I've replaced the panel. I've cut it out of plastic card, so it now has a complete roof. It's going to be... it's going to be altered to a degree. I think I'm going to sand the roof ridges off. And I'm going to probably glue on wet and dry paper to make a more convincing roof. Because it's a flat roof, wet and dry paper will make a more convincing roof. And at the front, the windows were all damaged on the front elevation, so I got ratio N-Gage corrugated metal, and I made all the front elevation there. They've even effects, the windows have been boarded up, but it looks better than the damaged windows. I couldn't get all the glue dropped out in between them out of them, so I had to do something and the corrugated metal were a good solution. Also, I built barge boards at the top out of, I don't know, it's some sort of plastic part, but I used it for barge boards. It's also got a wood grain effect, so I may do that natural wood and brush it, I don't know. Or I may do it natural wood underneath, do it a colour and do it flaking paint. Yeah, we'll just have to see. But yeah, I'm also thinking of putting a sign over the top. And here we go, on the right hand side there, you can see the yellow shutters. The doors were missing, so I've made a roller shutter for it. And the doors on the outside are yellow, but I'm going to be painting black stripes on them to give some continuity across the front. But the front elevation's looking good now. It'll be better when it's all painted. And you can see one of the doors is going to be blocked up, because you'll see in a minute why. But one of the doors is going to be blocked up. And I may put a clocking machine or something in the entrance door there, so it doesn't look as scabby. Anyway, I've also got a Kato roundhouse. What I'm planning on doing is having a sort of juxtapose idea where you've got a preservation society, they've got the old roundhouse, and they've needed more space for the exhibits, so they've had a newer style roundhouse built. So it's going to be like what was in Britain called Preservation Society. I don't know what the Americans call it, whether it'd be the same. So it gives me an excuse for old diesels and old steam and stuff. And it's just a fantasy layout and a bit of a play, a bit of fun. Something to build that'll be a bit quicker than me 00, because I'm sticking to reality on my 00 layout. But as you can see, it looks good as a modern shed. And I'm going to put a depot name on it, on the older one. And I'm going to use a piece of plastic card with Slater's plastic numbers on it. So it should be happy days, that one. Then paint it. And should look good, because it'll have some relief in it. And we get in the part where we've got locomotives coming in, so we can see what locomotives will look like alongside it. What I'll do before I cut my board, I'll lay out the main buildings I want, maybe some of the track, and I'll also put on the turntable some track, so I know where everything's gonna be laid out before I cut the board for it. Because I've got railway wagons as well. Like for ballast wagons, I'm going to have a bit of a yard for the ballast wagons for maintaining the line they're running. But here's what they look like outside the shed. They look pretty nice. Like I've got a Canadian national loco, a Burlington, and I'm not sure, I think that one's Chicago Northwestern, but it's got some unusual writing up the side. Anyway, May I think? What? May I be a will? May I thank all my subscribers for sticking with me? And anybody that hasn't subscribed, why are you not doing it? It's free. I don't charge you anything. Just press the subscribe button and press the bell icon for notifications. And even give me a thumbs up. That'll help the channel. And as you can see, it should look nice, all painted up, and the tracks in, and the tracks all detailed up, and the turntable outside. It should look nice. Anyway, tatty pie, everybody. Tatty pie.